Reid Peterson, Avego Healthcare Capital, private equity fund, 300 million of committed capital, based in Atlanta, Georgia area. Also have a location or an office in New York. I'm in the New York office. We invest in companies with between 3 and 15 million of EBITDA across healthcare services, pharmaceutical services, and the pharmaceutical segments. And so came here today to meet executives. Do not have a CEO first strategy. Came here today to meet some folks with strategies within healthcare, and I think it's gone very, very well. Sure, I think when we do this a similar thing ourselves, like go to JP Morgan Healthcare Conference, go to industry conferences. But the caliber of the executives we're meeting here, I think, is higher, right? Yeah, so I think that's the biggest difference. Where if I go to an industry conference, or even like one of the big industry healthcare conferences, you can meet with like 10 or 20 people over the course of 2-3 days, and you get like one person with the same background as you have here. But here, you can find that person and have a reserved time with them. And they also come with an idea, and it's buttoned up enough to get the key points of information out over a short period of time, versus kind of basically
pulling it out of them,
or having to do it over, I got the same information here today that would take me probably 2 or 3 45-minute calls with them. So it's been really helpful. Well, I think the benefit of being on the panel is really to allow the as executives to answer their questions as a group. Yes. Because I feel like sometimes when you're in a one-on-one situation, people won't always be quite as transparent about what their questions are. Yep. Whereas when you get them in a group, they feel like they can be a little bit more transparent about the concerns they have, which is kind of a different dynamic than we see in our one-on-one meetings. And also, it allows, when they're coming in their one-on-one meetings, I think they're more they have a better understanding of what each of the private equity firms does. So it makes it a little bit more efficient. Although that's a secondary benefit, but it's still they kind of know what they're getting into. Particularly with the founder-owned businesses, I think sometimes you end up spending a lot of time educating founders on what private equity is, kind of what they bring to the table, etc. So. You have a process. you have a real process. I think you have it down. I think the size is appropriate. I think it's an appropriate size. I mean, because to have those two components, right? The panel and the in-person sessions. If it was any bigger, you'd have to do it over 2 days, which is a big time commitment. So. I think it's really been great. I've had a good experience. I wish more people were as structured as you guys were, as you guys are, because it would just make things much more efficient for us. It really would. That's another thing you guys have done well. I mean, we've tried to basically back executives, and we have successfully backed executives. But in some of the folks we've found, there's a pretty high attrition rate. That's right. Because another private equity firm will come in and basically say, we'll find the deals for you, and that's kind of the path of least resistance, so to speak, for them. So they tend to opt for that route. Versus in this specific circumstance, you managed to put together people that actually not only are willing to go out and hunt, but actually want to go out and hunt, which is great.